The uncertainty surrounding Jack Miller's MotoGP future has now rolled well into the second half of the season, with no clear resolution in sight. Rumours are swirling in the paddock that Yamaha is edging closer to deciding who will partner Toprak Razgatlioglu at Pramac for the 2026 campaign. The Iwata factory, famed for its tuning fork emblem, is expected to make its call around the Austrian or Hungarian Grand Prix. Miller, however, has no appetite for dragging things out until the end of the year. Wait. We're still evaluating our situation and what needs to be done. I have a few offers on the table, but my goal is to stay with Yamaha. I'm comfortable with the M1 and looking forward to the updates coming through. I don't want to lose that. At the same time, I don't want to wait until November. I want clarity on my future now, declared the Australian with typical bluntness. On the 3rd of August, Miller lined up alongside Andrea Locatelli and Katsuyuki Nakasuga for Yamaha's factory entry in the prestigious Suzuka 8 Hours endurance race, securing a hard-fought runner-up finish. That result, while not the outright victory they craved, may well have strengthened his case for a contract renewal, and perhaps even paved the way to replace Alex Rins in the factory MotoGP team. True to his nickname, Thriller Miller, the 30-year-old's schedule has been relentless. I didn't have much time off, 5 days at home before Suzuka and 7 after. It felt like a normal race break. But I came away feeling fit and ready for the second half of the season, he explained. Still, the taste of second place at Suzuka lingered. Of course we wanted more. Honda were very strong this year, and we learned a lot. Unfortunately, we had to make one extra pit stop. Even so, I'm happy with the result and the team's performance. We really enjoyed it. Suzuka 8 Hours is a fantastic event. From a competitive standpoint, Miller's prospects for 2026 aren't entirely far-fetched. He is currently Yamaha's second-best performer in the championship, holding 14th place in the standings and having produced flashes of brilliance throughout the year. That alone keeps him in the conversation for a full factory seat alongside Fabio Quartararo. But Miller remains cautious. Who knows? My priority is to stay with Pramac. I like the team and the atmosphere. That's my main focus for now. We'll see what happens. When quizzed about a potential switch to World SBK in the future, Miller didn't dismiss the idea. Of course. I enjoy racing motorcycles. But I also have a family, and I've spent almost 20 years away from Australia. I always miss home. My priority is to stay in MotoGP and improve my results until I retire, then we'll see. The Red Bull Ring, the scene of his 5th-place sprint race finish with KTM last year, remains one of Miller's favorite hunting grounds. The Australian believes Yamaha's M1 could be well suited to the Spielberg layout despite its lack of raw engine power. The track has plenty of corners that should play to our strengths. While power isn't our advantage, our aerodynamics are a bit better than some of the other bikes. Cornering is one of our strong points, and the middle sector should suit us. Braking isn't bad either. I'm looking forward to the weekend. Let's see what we can do. Miller's stance is significant because it highlights a wider tension in MotoGP's current rider market. The traditional, silly season timelines are being disrupted, with factories increasingly delaying decisions in order to gauge late-season form or technical development. Miller's insistence on an earlier answer is both a negotiating tactic and a personal necessity, avoiding months of uncertainty that could undermine his performance. For Yamaha, the choice is strategic: retain a proven race-hardened competitor in Miller, or gamble on a younger prospect to build a long-term future alongside Razgatlioglu. Miller's adaptability, from sprint races to endurance classics, is a valuable asset for a team still finding its footing after years of Ducati dominance. If results at Austria and Hungary are strong, Miller could force Yamaha's hand sooner rather than later. But if the performances falter, the Australian might be compelled to explore those other offers on the table, potentially reshaping the 2026 grid in unexpected ways. The uncertainty around Miller's future has also sparked debate among Paddock insiders. Some believe Yamaha's hesitation comes from a strategic push to fully evaluate Razgatlioglu's debut season in MotoGP before finalizing his partner. Toprak's aggressive riding style is a stark contrast to Miller's more calculated, late-breaking approach, meaning Yamaha must weigh not only results, but also team chemistry and data-sharing potential. Miller's 2025 performances, though inconsistent, have demonstrated flashes of the talent that made him a multiple MotoGP race winner. His adaptability was on full display at Suzuka, where he adjusted seamlessly from the sprint-based format of Grand Prix racing to the grueling endurance pace required over 8 hours. The endurance race also showcased his mechanical sympathy, managing tires, fuel, and pace, qualities that often translate into strong late-race performances in MotoGP. Subscribe now to stay ahead of every MotoGP twist, from breaking rider market moves to in-depth paddock analysis, because the next chapter in Jack Miller's career could drop sooner than anyone expects.